that was me with Lou Pearlman and Lynn Harless when I signed my management deal at Transcontinental Records in Orlando, Florida. Did I read the contract? Absolutely not. Did I ask anyone to read it? Nope. It didn't even cross my mind. I was 16 years old. 16. So I was 16. Did not even cross my mind to read the contract. Just, where do I sign? And we were upstairs in Lou's office, all the girls. We had some of our family members with us, and it was just the most exciting time. And over, we're being told, you're going to be so huge, you're going to be so huge. And, I do remember signing the contract. It wasn't just like a contract. It was very thick. So who knows what was in it. I don't even remember getting a copy of it. I really didn't care. I was so excited of like, let's go. And I really don't regret that, now being an adult, and especially, in the real estate world. Read your contracts. Had we been more successful, like NSYNC or Backstreet, it would have come into play a little bit more. However, it was not detrimental for my career. So everyone else, read your contracts. But I didn't. I was 16 and I was quite the risk taker, and I really did not, understand the implications. But hey, I wasn't alone. Look at like the other groups I just mentioned. If they read them, they went through with it anyways. So anyways, it was a cool opportunity. It was an unheard of opportunity, like a 1 in a million lifetime chance opportunity. I was, where do I sign? I'll deal with any repercussions later. But like I said, it didn't really apply to me because we only made it so far. But I was really proud of where we did make it. I was in the backseat of the car, Miss Lynn's car, and a few of the girls were in the car as well. And we are driving down I-Drive in Orlando. And it was the evening time, and I remember looking up, like just leaning back my head and looking up and seeing the palm trees, and there was lights in the palm trees. Like anybody that's been an International Drive or I-Drive, it's grown incredible amount since then, but it was still really big. There were tourist attractions, but that moment of me looking up and seeing those palm trees, it was like a different world. It was like heaven on earth. It was like magic. And I'm not talking Disney magic. I'm talking like magic moment. And at that moment, I distinctly remember being 16 and thinking, I have to stay here. Like this, I can't go back to Memphis. Being from Memphis was an entirely different reality. So us and the girls jump out, and Lynn's like, hey, let's get some pictures in front of the limo. So here's a picture in front of the limo. This was my first time at his house. And we were very excited, very, very, very excited. So fast forward, after this weekend trip to Orlando, me being mesmerized by the city and the lifestyle and the electricity and the energy, I still needed a little bit more convincing to my family. Lynn and Lou said, well, I'll fly your parents or your family down here, and let's meet at my house, and let me help you convince them that you guys are going to be the next huge pop girl group. We went into his kind of like media room / office, and he had a huge projector, and he pulled it down, and it was like a slideshow or a movie of all the artists and acts that he had worked with and where he'd taken them. I remember him showing NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. I think he even showed New Kids on the Block, so it kind of was, the perception was that he had worked with them, which I'm not sure that he had. So he showed that to my family, the other girls' family members, saying this kind of a presentation, pretty much a presentation, like, here's what I've done with these boy groups, and this is the girl group, and y'all are going to be, extremely huge, extremely famous. My perception of Lou at that time was he was an excited, enthusiastic showman. That's what I saw it. I was 16. I knew no other way to think of it, but he was genuinely full of joy and excitement. And I do believe he wanted us to be successful at that point in time. He wanted that success.